Alright guys, sorry about the wait there. I gave myself a little bit of a longer break. Mainly to tend to my cat, otherwise she was going to be complaining all game long. She still might, but hopefully she doesn't. We've got enough issues tonight. But welcome back guys, I am Niz, and we're in the grand finals, where we've got team fnmdx, which we saw play some pretty damn good Dota in the semifinals. They took out the next level badasses,
5 seconds
and they're going to be going up against the team with no name, and we'll probably recognize the name of the guys playing on this roster, as well, we've seen them pretty far into the tournament, pretty much every week. So we've got Sulfu, Frugos, JF, SF, Echo, and Fear the Reaper, or Follow the Reaper, or Reaper, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, these guys are they've got a pretty good track record. But like I said, fnmdx played some pretty damn good Dota last round, so it should be a good match to close this one out. But we've got Leshrac, Lina, Wind Ranger, and Ember Spirit banned out by the Dire side. And then we've got that IO ban once again, Winter Wyvern, Phantom Lancer, and Clockwork banned out by fnmdx. So the picks: Queen of Pain, Earthshaker, Anti-Mage for Dire, Gyrocopter, Tusk, and Rubik for fnmdx. So let's analyze what we got here so far. Queen of Pain, Earthshaker's pretty good opening. You've got a lot of versatility you can do with those first initial picks. Anti-Mage certainly gives you some longevity going a little bit later in the game, but Kunkka, that's a hero that we don't see much of. So that's really awesome that we're going to see a Kunkka. I'm excited about that. Now we've got a Gyrocopter and Tusk opening. So we've got Tusk most likely in the off lane, Gyrocopter safe lane. Nothing too unsure there. But we've got Rubik and most likely another support getting picked up here. Although they could choose to go with their mid hero. But you don't 100% want to disclose your mid, assuming that it's Queen of Pain, but they're going to do so anyway. So they're going to go with the Shadow Fiend. And that means they've got some options here. We may very well see the Undying get banned. No, it's going to be Silencer getting banned. So Undying's still on the table for fnmdx. So they could potentially run the same thing, or a variation of the same thing that they ran last game, with putting Shadow Fiend mid, but then going dual offlane with the Tusk Undying, then leaving Gyrocopter and Rubik at home, which is perfectly strong combination to do so. Interesting.
Reserve time.
Of course, you know, Undying, I said most likely going to be banned there, but look at what they banned. Silencer. God, that hero is good against the Dire. It's fantastic against Queen of Pain. It's fantastic against Anti-Mage. It's great against Earthshaker as well. Kunkka, I mean, not so much, but still, it's a great hero. I mean, it's great against everyone, but Dire would have been a little rough for them. Shadow Demon's going to be the ban.
Dire team
Hero that pairs incredibly well with the Kunkka. So if they were to run the Shadow Demon, that would have meant Shadow Demon Kunkka were the support duo. I guess it doesn't 100% mean that, but most likely it would have meant that. Anti-Mage in the safe lane, Queen of Pain in the mid lane, and then Earthshaker would have been the offlaner. But that's not on the board for them anymore.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
There used to be a really old dual lane that was Vengeful Spirit Kunkka. Another hero that pairs well with Kunkka. Don't know if we'll see that. I mean, it could be that the Earthshaker's not off lane, but then you've got like this weird dual melee support duo that I don't really like. So it is going to be an Earthshaker off lane. They're going to pick up an Enigma. So it's Anti-Mage Kunkka in the top lane. And I really think they're not in a great spot if Undying gets picked up here and they run the Undying Tusk. Maybe there's something I don't see on why that would be good. Obviously there's an Earthshaker, but They would get punished in the lane so hard.
10 seconds remaining.
I guess they could be potentially baiting them
5
in and saying, you know what,
remaining.
we actually have a tri-lane of Anti-Mage, Kunkka, Earthshaker, and an Enigma's off lane, but I don't think so. You know, it looks like, well, they are going to pick up the Undying, so we are most likely going to see the same thing that we saw last game. And well, let's just jump right into it and introduce who's on who. And we've got Showstopper. Big Bug. I think it was just Bug, but he typoed. Unless it's a really big one. Squash. Says Echo. But surprisingly enough, we've got Showstopper actually on the Gyrocopter. So he was playing the Storm Spirit last game. This time he's going to be playing the Gyrocopter instead. A little bit of a different role. And certainly a different playstyle, but he's going to be on that. Then we've got one of the Chinese names on Rubik. I'm really sorry I can't pronounce or even begin to pronounce who that is. Ozi-sama is going to be on the Tusk once again. Monster, once again, is going to be on the Undying. And the other Chinese guy who played incredibly well on the Wind Ranger last game, he's going to be playing Shadow Fiend this game. So look and see if he can have some really standout plays. Well, that's going to be it for fnmdx. Let's jump on over to the Dire side as the players are ready. GG, yep, we're good to go. As we've got the no-name team on the Dire side playing the Earthshaker is going to be Selfu. We got Frugas playing that Enigma, 5th pick. We got JF, SF playing the Queen of Pain. Echo is going to be playing that Kunkka with supporting items, so he's definitely going to be support. And then we've got Reaper playing the Anti-Mage. And look at how we're starting off here. We've got Kunkka. I guess actually not with supporting items. I don't know why I said that. I didn't even... They're going to offlane the Kunkka. This is actually quite neat. He's Xing himself so that he can go forward. Place the Observer Ward so he doesn't get caught out. We're rusty. Certainly interesting that they're running this Earthshaker not in the offlane and running him as support instead. And I like it. I think it works a little bit better for them. I know that Selfu plays a really good Earthshaker, so this Kunkka in the offlane is definitely different than what we're used to seeing, though. So we'll see how Echo is going to be able to control that and see if he's able to get anything done. Looks like for the Radiant side, the lanes are shaping up exactly how we would have expected. Once again, they buy a lot of sentries off the start. They've got 2 for their Undying and 2 on the
30
Rubik.
seconds to battle.
So they really value the sentries early on. Last game it made a lot more sense because they were going up against a bounty hunter. This game, there's no bounty hunter, so there's no one who can even go invis. They're still buying those sentry wards. They've got an aggressive observer ward already getting placed, or not an aggressive, but a safe lane observer ward. A lane ward, and the other one getting placed in the bottom. So there's going to be some action in the bottom as Echo's going to X himself, draw all over the place, and then jump himself back. So immediately, advantage goes the way of fnmdx as they get both bounty runes, one for the Shadow Fiend, the other one for the Gyrocopter. Well, no name. They didn't really go hard on any of the bounty runes. They played it really, really safe. They kind of split, and they were almost outnumbered in both. Look at this Queen of Pain. Shadow Fiend? Oh my goodness. Oh. Our mid is speeding. GG. That was really, yeah, it was really weird that all of a sudden SF standing there, Queen of Pain walks up, and then I was like, what is he doing? And then he moves forward, so really unfortunate here that we got a disconnect at this moment. That really sucks. And I don't... I mean, you just got to collect the kill here on the Queen of Pain. It sucks, but it is what it is. And let him live, XT. Oh, that would actually be really awesome if JFSF, man, that was hard to say. We'll look and see if he does let him live. Indeed he will. That's really awesome. That's really awesome. That's some good sportsmanship there. This will really be interesting. Unfortunately, the Earthshaker doesn't really provide much to this lane. Yeah, you're great for a fissure for kind of disengage or even trapping someone in, but there's no one to really deal the damage. You've got an anti-mage who, yeah, can go toe-to-toe, I guess, with some of these heroes, but not really. He'll burn through their mana, but if there's a tombstone down or anything like that, you can't fight. You just gotta back away. Queen of Pain continues to play aggressive on the mid lane. Of course, burning through a little bit of that regen is definitely going to hurt the Shadow Fiend, but he didn't die. So I'm waiting to see action in the top lane, but I don't think there's going to be any. You know, it's very hard for them to kill an anti-mage. You know, they might be able to catch off the Earthshaker, but he's staying so far back. And because they are... Shit, I missed the kill in the mid lane, as we knew that was inevitable. It was going to happen. He was playing so aggressive, and eventually he was going to be able to bring the Shadow Fiend down. And he did so right there. But yeah, you've got two melee heroes up here. So yes, this is a really strong duo lane. But it's really hard for them to actually do too much harassing the enemy back. They just really need to stand up on the creep wave. And just right-click him every time he comes close to make sure they're able to bring the creep wave back. As for our bottom lane, how's this Kunkka doing? Well, he's got 4 CS already. That's quite a bit for an offlaner already at this moment. This looks like he's going to be able to get one here as well. Nope. Choosing to back away, respecting the positioning of the Rubik. Realizing it's not worth risking for CS.
Denied. Dire's structures are
Who
fortified.
does that? That's cheating. He actually sentry'd the sentry that Sulfur used. A lot of shit talking coming out here, but seeing more pressure getting applied onto the enemies. This is what they need to do. The problem is this. The fissure comes out and then Tusk loses all his mana, and now they don't really have the potential to go aggressive on them. Queen of Pain really taking over this mid lane. Shadow Fiend's starting to come back in. He's got 8 CS. He's definitely going to have to be bottle crowing here. Still don't have an upgraded courier. There he goes. The Queen of Pain up at 14-1. Shadow Fiend coming back. 11-1 now. Despite the fact that there was first blood, he's coming back. Go. In the off lane, looking pretty good in terms of XP. He's at 4.5 right now. By 4 minutes. That's pretty good. Certainly not doing anything to stop the Gyrocopter's farm. He's at 23-5. Compare that to the Anti-Mage, which they are definitely contesting. He's at 14-2. So advantage going the way of the Radiant safe lane. It's really hard to compare the off lanes, especially because Dire's got... You kind of have to factor in Enigma, so just by way of them having an Enigma in the jungler, they're essentially winning that. Queen of Pain going forward on the aggression. Had to pop that invis, and Shadow Fiend almost getting a kill there. Solfu now returning, or rotating through the bottom rune location, trying to get some action in on the Shadow Fiend. Help the Queen of Pain get a kill. Shadow Fiend is going to go... He is going to stack here, right? Yeah, he's going to stack here. Now Solfu's in position. He has to know where the Shadow Fiend is. It looked like he knew what was up. He was waiting there, and then he just kind of played back into it. But nice, smart TP away there, making sure that he doesn't feed the Shadow Fiend. Anti-Mage losing a lot of health up in the top lane. I'm really interested to see what they're able to do with this Kunkka. It's definitely different to run the Kunkka in the off lane. Let's look at his skill build. Look, he's maxing X, then Torrent, so he's going for the more support style or aggressive build, where you're not really relying so much on Tidebringer. You're relying on pickoffs. Of course, X, the big thing with leveling it, yeah, the cooldown comes down, but it's the range, and X gets gigantic range. It's not glimpse, but it's pretty damn big. Frugas now coming out of the jungle. He does have Black Hole, and he's going to use it. Ozi-sama's got no mana to really interrupt, so they are going to get a kill here on the Tusk, but they were so close to losing their Enigma. But good rotation there coming out there from the Dyers. They jump ahead 2-0. Oh my goodness. Queen of Pain almost going down again. The Shadow Fiend's getting so close.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now Kunkka rotating out of that bottom, looking to be the one to help his Queen of Pain. Will he be able to land a Torrent here? He might just lead with an X. Just not quite long enough right now at level 3. Level 4 adds another 250. Gotta tell you, this Shadow Fiend player, he played Wind Ranger incredibly well last game. And this game, you know, he DC'd there right at the start, and that really hurt him. And then he got, I want to say it's a result of the DC, essentially, that he ended up dying a little bit later because of the pressure the Queen of Pain was allowed to keep putting on because the Shadow Fiend had no HP. But he's been doing a great job coming back in this lane. He's almost killed the Queen of Pain twice. In terms of CS, he's definitely coming back in. 27-6 versus 36-9. He's definitely narrowing the gap. And he's had to dodge a few ganks. So good stuff from him so far. Solfu continues to roam around, making his way back up to top. Could potentially fissure block off this Tusk, but Reaper doesn't really have too much HP to really just man up and burn through all his mana, especially because he can just drop into the snowball, so Tusk isn't 100% ideal. They might look to get something done here with Frugas. Of course, Black Hole's still on cooldown, but they will have Malefice. Ice Shards will fly through Reaper, deal some damage to him, but they're going to get the fissure block off onto Ozi-sama, who will snowball forward. TP's going to come in from the Kunkka, but it looks like they're going to be able to disengage here. Monster's got the Tombstone down. Reaper's going to get forced to blink away. And now Echo's come up here, but he's not really going to get anything done. He's got the X off on the Monster, lands the Torrent. Ice Shards flies through. Actually, they do get the kill on the Monster. And the Ice Shards doesn't find a target. Showstopper even coming up here as well. Throws down the call down, but they're not able to land a kill. Queen of Pain comes in from behind. Still doesn't land a kill. But she'll go down. Showstopper now gets caught with the X and the Torrent. Then he just turns around and kills the Earthshaker and the Kunkka, and we're going to see the Anti-Mage go down here as well. So everyone dies except for the Enigma. My goodness. Frugas just TP'd away. It's the only reason he's not dead as well, but great turnaround there coming out from fnmdx.
Dire's middle tower.
And you know what? Shadow Fiend didn't show up to that, but that has created so much space for him to get back in this game. He's now 10 CS ahead of the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain's now got a death, so she lost a little bit of gold there. Now she TP's on him and loses a bunch of her health. But a great turnaround there coming out from fnmdx. It was looking like The Dire side was definitely gaining little bits of advantage here or there. Yeah, their Anti-Mage wasn't getting as much farm as they would have hoped, but they've got an Enigma in the jungle, so, you know, you're gaining a little bit there. Even if you're losing some in elsewhere, in another lane. Treads now for the Shadow Fiend. They know that there's going to be some aggression on mid onto the Shadow Fiend as they're just standing in behind, but now they know that there's more aggression in the bottom lanes. Black Hole was actually used as they're just going to TP on in, try to help out their Gyrocopter, but they're arriving a little bit too late. Ooh, Torrent off the mark. Doesn't land. But they will still get the kill onto Frugos. They're not going to be able to catch the Kunkka, who is running away. He's already back to the safety of his tier 1. Solfu actually running through the tower, placing an Observer Ward. Might have been the most obvious Observer Ward ever placed, but... We'll TP down to the bottom.
Is under attack.
It looks like there is still going to be some pressure applied to this tier 1. Torrent will actually land on all the Eidolons. So once again, this is just bought a little bit more time for the Shadow Fiend. Let's actually switch on over to our net worth. Shadow Fiend's actually second in the game, and first is on his team. That's actually huge. And you know what? He's been playing alright, but a lot of this is just on his team. They put him in a position to get back in this game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Looks like we're seeing almost identical item builds to we saw last game. The Undying, he's certainly a lot more poor than he was last game, as he was, well, he wasn't down here, he was up with all the cores in terms of his net worth. With Showstopper coming to the mid lane with the Shadow Fiend, looks like they're actually going to put some pressure on this mid tier 1. They got the Rubik with them.
Dire's middle tower
Undying as well.
Attack.
X, Torrent, both. It's all going to land on Showstopper. Is there going to be any follow-up? There's going to be a fissure from Solfu. But that only brings Showstopper down to half HP. Ozi-sama comes in from the side. Ice Shards doesn't trap anyone in. But they're just going to dive right past the tower, drop the Tombstone. Tier 1's actually going to go down anyways. They get the kill on both the Earthshaker and the Kunkka.
Top tower has fallen.
And looks like that's going to be the end of that, but while that's going on, Reaper up in the top lane farming. He gets closer and closer to his Battle Fury.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's
They did a great job of disrupting him early on and kind of preventing that farm, but that's all you can really do. You can prevent it, because eventually that Battle Fury is going to come out and then his farm is just going to explode. So you can keep putting that pressure on, but eventually you're going to have to give him a little bit of space while you do some other things on the map. JFSF gets a pick off on the Rubik, uses a Sonic Wave for it. 7-5 now. I'm really eager to see if the Radiant plays this largely how they played the last game. A lot of 5-man team fights, a lot of pickoffs. You know, definitely No Name. They've got some strong team fight. Queen of Pain, Kunkka,
is under attack.
Enigma, Earthshaker. They're all huge team fight heroes. Then they've got that longevity going a little bit later on into the game. They've also got the strength and the split push. All that's all on Anti-Mage. So they definitely have the tools to play against the way that fnmdx is going to play this game, or at least how they played last game. Last game they always seem to get those pickoffs. It'd be interesting to see if they're able to pick off a few heroes here or there. They also were really liberal with their smokes early on. Got one flying in on the courier right now. Also, our mech as well is going to be up on the Tusk.
Radiant's bottom tower
Imagine.
is under attack.
Chat feed. It's been a while since I saw that as well. Reaper getting pressured so hard. They're actually going to have to use the ghost ship to make sure that he doesn't go down. And well, they don't get a pick off, but they get a tier 1. And we're going to see a trade. This is exactly what we saw last game as well. Dire going for the trade here. Then mass TPs coming out from the Radiant. They use their glyph to make sure it doesn't go down. Last time they actually lost it, but this time they're able to defend it, and they're going to deny it.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
Bottom tower's in trouble too, as Snowball is actually going to be on the creeps, not onto the Queen of Pain. Action in the top lane. Shadow Fiend's got caught out. He does pop the mech. He's got 17 charges on his stick. Turns around. One raise, a couple right clicks. Wow. He's able to get Kunkka low enough that the Requiem, when he dies, will finish off the kill. So he will trade 1 for 1. Good play there coming out from the Shadow Fiend. Now, while that's going on, he drew everyone's attention up to the top lane. His team's going to be pushing the bottom tier 1. Got a little bit of splitting going on as Queen of Pain's pushing the mid tier 2. But it doesn't look like anyone on the Dire side is ready to come and defend. We don't have a TP on AM. We do have one on Queen of Pain. We don't have one on Enigma. Of course, the 2 heroes that just respawned. And that we're back in base. They've got their TPs as well. Selfu. He's going to come down here. He's going to be more than happy to accept some of the farm that's going to be given to him in the bottom lane. Even if he's missing some of it. I'm jinxing him. I'm just going to look away. There we go. We got one. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely looking away. I'm sorry, Selfu. What do we got here? So it's going to be an Ogre Club for the Shadow Fiend, and well, they still haven't used any of the smokes. They've actually bought a second one. They definitely can keep pushing the advantage. I don't think they know how close Enigma is to Blink, though. They should have an idea that it's coming out soon. Definitely with Selfu buying Arcane Boots, they know that he's not close. Viz, Queen of Pain coming in. Oh, they're gonna get a kill here on the gyrocopter. Good play there from Selfu. He actually gave away a little bit of the tilt as he moved forward with the rocket, rather than kind of backing away a little bit. Obviously, the rocket would have dealt more damage to him if he did that, but he kind of, maybe I guess, hinted a little bit that he might have had support, but not really. It was still. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to run further and take more rocket damage? Gyro's just going to chase you down anyways. You need to actually stay near the creep wave. Well, we're going to see a push for the tier 2. We saw a lot of 5-man, a lot of pushing last game. Frugas still no blink, 1700 gold right now. What the heck?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
JFSF taking some damage. He will bottle up the bounty and then back away. He has drawn a lot of attention away from everything that's going on in the mid lane. But I think they're probably going to back away here. Oh no, Shadow Fiend DC'd again. Oh no. Do we have Mercy again? They showed Mercy the first time when he DC'd. Basically within the first 30 seconds of the game when he just... Well, it looked like he was just intentionally feeding in the mid lane, but of course that was a DC. And they showed mercy that time. Well, they show mercy this time. Hopefully they do, but... Either way, the Shadow Fiend is going to lose a bunch of HP here. The good news is that even if he dies, he's not really going to lose much gold. He's going to lose about 60, 70 gold. Showstopper almost has his S and Y completed. Drop your TP and we will let you live. TP and bottle? No way. Well, they're gonna X him. Torrent, Ghost Ship. No mercy. Shadow Fiend is gonna go down. Will this team be able to retaliate? No. They can't really commit too hard on this with Gyrocopter being bottom. But that was huge, them losing that core. Snowball comes in, he was actually trying to grab the Undying there. Let the Tombstone do a little bit of work in time, but not going to be able to do so. The Tombstone will go down. Ozzy-sama getting kind of low, but he's not the one who needs to be careful. It's Frugos, as he's just going to get focused down. X, Torrent from Echo. Showstopper just making his way on up here.
Top tower is under attack.
Call down, will land. Kunkka's going to go down. JFSFW. JFSF. I'm not sure why I said W, where the W came from. But he's coming in from the side.
Attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Scream of pain.
Suffer, fools. Radiant structures are fortified.
So another tower will get denied, but here's that split push.
Radiant's
Here's,
top
you know,
tower has
we see a
been
lot
denied.
of pushing coming up from the Radiant side, but take a look at the map. There's 3 tier 1 or tier 2s left standing for the Dire side. Look at the Radiant side. There's only 2 tier 2s. So they're actually getting out pushed, despite the fact that they're the one pushing. Just all from the split push coming up from the AM and the fact that, well, all these other heroes on the Dire side are so good at defending and they're really hard to commit against in a team fight. 2,600 gold on the Enigma. Still actually hasn't bought his Blink. Might be saving his reliable gold, not buying it immediately, knowing that there's not going to be a fight in probably the next minute or so.
Radiant's bottom tower
We're trying to balance that out a
attack.
little bit better.
Dire's
Waiting till the
top
surplus.
tower is under attack.
Not the surplus, but the... Basically your reliable gold plus 2,250. So 3,400 essentially. Gold before he'd buy that. But I think he's going to need to buy one here.
Radiant's
As there
bottom
actually
tower
is going to be a
under
team fight.
attack. Dire's middle
Or
tower
maybe he's just
is
not
under
buying
attack.
it. Either way, he's got
Dire's
TP on
structures
cooldown for
are
another 20
fortified.
seconds, so he's not even going to be able to come back here. Instead, his team's just trading once again. So tier 2 for tier 2.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And he will buy the Blink Dagger. So doing exactly what I said.
Dire's
saving
middle
that
tower
reliable
is
gold.
under attack.
Managing it's arguably more important on a support than any other
Radiant's
role to
bottom
manage your
tower is under
reliable gold
attack.
effectively. Even when you're feeding, it's a way that you get item progression.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The Fury Vlads now for Animage. We've got the Blink on the Earthshaker. Not much on this Kunkka. Just the Arcanes. He's got a jacket. 1,100 gold. Aghanim's and 2,500 gold for the Queen of
Dire's
Pain.
top tower is under attack.
Would have gone on the Radiant side. Got a Buckler for the Undying. Probably still building into Crimson Guard, right? I don't think I've ever built a Crimson Guard in my life. Is that bad? What am I even looking at? I'm trying to look at this. I'm too busy looking at something I should already know the answer to, as we've got a fight coming out as Queen of Pain blows up both Tusk and Shadow Fiend. keep moving forward. They're going to look for another. They're going to try to get the X, and are they going to find it? They're going to find the Rubik. Not even choosing to go down. They want the gyro instead. And Dying's going to go down. The ghost ship is actually going to stun up Showstopper here, who will go down. That was quite a turn of events. Now we're going to find a 5th kill here as the Rubik is going to go down. So it is going to be a full 5-man wipe for the no-name team. As they were looking kind of up against the ropes here for a bit. But with that constant split push from the Anti-Mage, just kind of drawing the game out with their defensive play on their towers. They didn't worry too much about towers that they were losing. They said, you know what, we can go and we can trade, or we may not be trading a structure, but we might be trading farm. That's acceptable as well. Frugas coming up on the high ground, but he's kind of in no man's land, as now he's in trouble. He could black hole here, but he actually gets cancelled immediately, or he cancels it himself. Because there's nothing. I don't think there was a snowball that happened there. But either way, black hole on cooldown, Enigma's dead. So it's not going to matter that it's on cooldown right now. But it will be when he respawns in 35 seconds. So, no tier 3s fall. But certainly a team fight that went the way of the Radiant. Or sorry, the Dire. Why did I say Dire? Radiant. That went the way of the Dire. I almost said it again. Ah! As they managed to get those pickoffs right here. The double kill there on the Queen of Pain. And they kept moving forward. Got some more kills there, and eventually it was a full 5-man wipe. So didn't get tier 3s, but full 5-man wipe is definitely respectable. And it's definitely going to be more gold in their pocket. Enigma back up to 2,200 gold. Glimmer was the choice for the Kunkka. Yasha now for the AM, so Manta's going to be on its way. Standard build for him. Yasha on the Shadow Fiend as well. They're going to catch out Sulfur here. He was playing a little bit too aggressive. I think they were definitely trying to set something up there on the Shadow Fiend, looking for a re-engage from the Queen of Pain, with Earthshaker jumping in, maybe with an Echo. But maybe a little bit too ambitious with that play. As now JFSF, he's on the run. He stuck around a Sonic Wave, but there's way too many heroes here, and now he's going to get caught out. So he's going to go down. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Showstopper's actually going to go down as well, as Frugas and Reaper managed to pick him off. Black Hole's actually back up as well. So they're going to look to use that, as actually he'll TP back to the tier 2 here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And what is Radiant going to do? Well, they're going to send their Rubik back. Will they send anyone else? Still have 3 heroes in the bottom lane. Shadow Fiend, Undying Tusk. No, they're going to think better of it and TP away. Got a smoke from the 3 heroes that came back to defend. They're going to try to pick someone off. Will they be able to find anyone? Looks like they could potentially cast the Shadow Fiend or the Tusk. Obviously, they want the Shadow Fiend. Oh, they're going to find him. They're going to find him. They're going to lead with an Echo. The Fissure's actually going to stun both. They're going to use the Black Hole. They're going to land everything. They get both. Oh my, the Tusk was staying there, staying close, trying to protect his Shadow Fiend, but he just got hit by everything that Shadow Fiend got hit by. A little too close there. Definitely good play coming out from the Dire side there. $1,800 gold on the Anti-Mage. Already got the Manta style recipe purchased, and now he's just going to wait till he gets enough gold and he'll buy his ultimate orb, and that'll be Manta finished. Some more illusions, more split push power. Constantly using this Sonic Wave to deal as much damage as possible. Just force these heroes back, put them down to about half HP, and then punish them if they try to be... if they don't respect how low their HP is getting. And JFSF getting so close to 16 for that level 3 Scream of Pain. Or not Scream of Pain, Sonic Wave.
Tis mine.
Well, it looks like they're just going to wait for Roche. And he's going to sit back and kill Roche, and they're going to wait for Aegis before they try to push uphill. Oh, this is huge for them. Well, actually not really, because it's not going to line up with the black hole timing. A bit close, but that's huge for them. Refresher getting purchased. Now they've got the Aegis on the Anti-Mage. They're going to have a Force Staff very soon on the Earthshaker. They've got the Medallion up on the Kunkka. Got level 16 on the Queen of Pain. This is a huge power spike for the Dire. And they're definitely going to look to try to take advantage of this. What they got the SNY almost finished on the Shadow Fiend. Very, very close. 75 gold away from completing that. Showstopper's already got his. Blink Rubik, Blink Tusk with the Medallion, Glimmer, and still no Crimson Guard, but just holding on to the Buckler. But they're looking for a pick-off here, and are they going to find it? They're going to find Reaper and Frugos. And yeah, they don't know about this. They're just going to back away. Because they've got to go back and defend, because Soulfu, JFSF, why do I keep saying it wrong? And Echo are going to be down here. Now Shadow Fiend. They'll pop his BKB and move forward, but they're doing a good job of disengaging here. Shadow Fiend's BKB is just going to expire. And now they won't have that for the next fight. Fissure will block off Tusk, but... well, they will act on it. They're going to jump in, and they're going to kill him. So another pick off for the Dire as they start tightening the noose around the neck of fnmdx. A quick look at our vision of the Radiant side. Not much outside their base. Not much at all. They've got they got vision of their pillars. Take a look at Dire. They can pretty much see everything on the map except for the Radiant base. So they're definitely got a lot of map control right now.
Welcome back.
Basher now coming up for the AM. They don't really have any reason to jump here and to really engage because they are splitting, they're dealing damage everywhere. They've got AM pressuring top. Tier 3 hasn't really taken much damage. Mid, creeps are pressuring it, hasn't really taken much damage. But then they also got Queen of Pain in the bottom, putting some pressure on this Tier 3. This is the one that's taking the most damage.
Radiant's top
But
tower is
it's
under
not so
attack.
much the fact that they're really trying to bring down one of these towers. It's if they can force an overreaction from the Radiant side, so too many heroes rotate or not enough heroes rotate, then they can capitalize on that. That's the moment that they jump. But that's what they're looking for, and fnmdx is making sure that they don't do that. Well, Soulfu really far out. He will just be able to force staff himself over those ice shards, which buys enough time for him to blink back to his team. And they're going to look to re-engage here. Call down is good, but the black hole is better. It's going to land on 3. It actually catches 4. Refresher catches 3. Almost catches 4. Monster was actually in it for a second. Walked out of it. I thought that was only something that could happen in Dota 1, but apparently it can happen in Reborn too. As they get 4 kills there. The only one they don't kill is the Shadow Fiend. As you bring up the show fight recap, and we can see that's a whole lot of gold going the way of Dire. And now they're going to try to put more damage in on the Shadow Fiend. There's JFSF taking a lot of damage. Will blink away. BKB finally comes out from the Shadow Fiend. Really well timed there, and Frugos is going to go down. Echo comes in. It's going to land down the Torrent. Echo Slam's going to come out from Sulfur, and they will get the kill on the Shadow Fiend. He blinks in, gets hit by the Requiem and the tower, and just goes down. And now the ping spams are coming out as Frugos is calling him out on that one. But while all that was going on, we lost the top set of racks. Now we're losing the mid set of racks. We'll have a TPN. Sulfu with a, well, interesting fissure. We'll still be able to get away there, but they will bring down the Rubik. Almost getting the Undying as well as Reaper's just, he's a scary anti-mage right now. Octarine Core gets picked up by the Queen of Pain, who's still dead. Yeah, this one's not looking too good for the Radiant side right now. It really just feels like it's a matter of time. We'll bring up the gold graph to see how, well, one side of this has become almost at 25,000 gold for the no-name team. XP past 25k, but that's not really that significant. Bring up our items so you can take a look at what everyone chose to pick up this game. There's not really too much going on right now. They're just kind of farming. Waiting for cooldown, primarily the refresher. Could always go for... wait, they did Roche while I was talking? What am I doing? Who even has it? I could just look here. What? Did I like miss it? I'm tired, guys. Where did the... what? Help! What's going on? Did they use it and... I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. It's been a long night. We're gonna have a black hole over here somewhere. Frugos uses it. Doesn't look like he caught anyone. Rubik stole it. He's gonna use it. He is gonna catch someone. It's gonna be Reaper, but immediately they turn that around. Refresher comes out from Frugos as he's gonna catch a whole bunch. As they get 3 kills. It's going to be a buyback on the Tusk. Looks like the Gyrocopter. Oh no, he's not going to go down. He just barely gets on out of there. Queen of Pain jumps forward to go after the Gyrocopter, but not able to catch him. She'll go down. The Gyro will eventually go down. So the only one left standing is the Tusk, who did buy back. But we've lost all but 2 heroes on the Dire side. Now we're going to have a buyback from the Gyro. Echo will TP on out. So they live. They live to see another day, but it's not looking too good for the Radiant right now. Still have no idea what happened to the Aegis. I feel like maybe it was denied, or I don't. It's been a long day, guys. It's been a long, long day. With these issues I've been having with Reborn, it's been rough. It's been rough. It's actually not been going the worst this game. Most of the stuff is working. Not a lot of the binds or camera control stuff's working, but we're making do. Well, we're 37 minutes in, and I really don't see any way that this is kind of gonna turn around. Looks like the Radiant's kind of dead in the water right now. They still have 2 sets of racks up, but it's not a position you want to be in. Anti-mage is getting really big. The black holes, for the most part, except for the one whiffed one here or whatever that was, have been pretty much on point. Is this going to be an attempt at the push? Not yet. Not with Enigma BKB on cooldown. Or not BKB, Black Hole. God. Dagon up on the Earthshaker. The Octarine I already mentioned on the Queen of Pain. No bashes for Reaper. Rubik actually still hasn't been able to steal a spell since respawning. He could just be sitting there waiting because he wants to make sure that he steals Black Hole. Black Hole, probably one of the easiest, if not the easiest, spell in the game to steal. I can't really think of anything that's
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
easier to steal. That would be worth stealing at least. Is this the moment? We've got double Black Hole up. So basically they don't have to jump, they just have to take the high ground and stand behind one or two heroes on their team. Or they can split like this, this works too. So they're going to engage on Reaper. Ghost Ship's going to come flying in. Will it land on the Tusk? It will, as he's going to go down. The Shadow Fiend was in there too, but he popped his BKB. Now there's the Black Hole. It's going to land on the Shadow Fiend and on the Gyrocopter, the two big damage dealers, and then he refreshes and he actually catches an extra one in it. Shadow Fiend will go down. Showstopper actually stays alive, as he'll bring down the Queen of Pain, but that's the last set of racks that has gone down, as Reaper was just right-clicking those the whole time. He was taking some damage, but well, he got what they came for, that last set of racks, and now they're up against Megas. His fnmdx are sticking in this. They're not giving up yet. But not looking too good for them. Look at all that gold for the Undying. 3,400 gold. There it is. Crimson Guard. He's not going to be able to complete it because he's got to get to the side secret chop. Not side chop, secret chop. Because he's got to buy the vitality booster. So Courier's going to go out. He's going to carry the Ring of Health on it. Eventually we're going to get that Crimson Guard. And well, the one chance that they have is Gyrocopter going big in a team fight. And they got the most important item to do it. Unfortunately, they're not going to have the Aegis to go with the Rapier.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
He just left in the pit.
Immortality!
Immortality. Tusk almost going down to the creeps. Oh, good point. Good point coming out in chat from Indie Bear. Viper Strike is easier to steal than Black Hole. That's a good point. That's a good point. Ghost Ship's gonna fly in. Looks like it might land on the no. It's gonna land on the
Radiant's
Rubik.
middle tower is under attack.
Oh, Reaper's just gonna blink on and immediately get stunned up, and looks like he's gonna go down. Alright, I don't know, I can't tell what his HP is. It's low enough. Well, actually, it's not low enough, as they just blow up the Gyrocopter. Rapier on the ground. I think. No, it's on Soulfu. It's a lot of damage for an Earthshaker. He was like 190 something, plus 356, I think the numbers were. It's ridiculous. That's ridiculous damage on an Earthshaker. But the no-name team, they'll take it. They win the grand finals. They had to wait a long, long time to play this game. But they weren't rusty, as they said. They take it. And that's going to conclude a very, very long day of casting SCS and dealing with some issues. But hopefully it wasn't too bad for you guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it, and if you did, make sure you do come back. Hit that follow button on Twitch. I cast SCS every Sundays. I like to branch out and cast other stuff, but yeah, just casting SCS right now. Beyond that, got Twitter at NizCast and YouTube.com/NizCast, where I upload all the VODs. But yeah, I'll be back again next Sunday casting some more SCS. Hopefully I will have worked out some of the issues I've been having with Reborn tonight, so they won't plague me for most of the cast. I don't know how much of it you're actually seeing, but it's rough for me to deal with a lot of this stuff. I have to do things very different than how I'm used to doing it. But yeah, it is what it is. Reborn is Reborn, and it's here to stay. So they'll hopefully patch out some of the things I'm having troubles with. But we'll see you again next Sunday. Thanks again for watching, guys, and have a good night.